my name is Rhonda from Oombawka Design, and today we are going to make the sweet spring hat in the preemie size. You will need a ball of DK weight yarn. I'm using Ultra Mellow Spun DK from Mary Maxim, and you will also need a 5mm hook. This yarn is a level 3 lightweight yarn. You can get the pattern on my website, oombawkadesignCrochet.com, and I'll leave a link in the description box for you. This is a free pattern, and there is an option for a paid PDF pattern if you'd prefer the pattern without ads. To begin, I recommend you read the notes section in the pattern itself. It explains to you some important information about when you are making your bobble stitch, and as well about the single crochet rounds at the end of the hat. I'll show you everything in this video, but if you're working on a different size and you are just checking a few of the steps here in the video, please remember to read the notes section. To begin, for the preemie size, with your 5mm hook, that's an H hook, and your level 3 yarn, light yarn, make a magic ring. Chain 1, and make one beginning bobble, so that's chain 1 more, so you have 2 chains, yarn over your hook, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over your hook, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, so you have 4 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So now you can see here on your hook you have 5 loops, yarn over, and pull through all 5 loops, chain 1. That's your beginning bobble. Next, we're going to work 5 more bobble stitches into the magic ring. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1 loop, 2 loops. You're going to do this again until you have 5 loops on your hook. And when we have 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. Basically, it's a double crochet 4 together and a chain 1 to make your bobble. So we'll continue for our first round until we have in total 6 bobbles, including your beginning bobble stitch. And remember to do that chain 1. So we have 4, we need 2 more. Chain 1 and 1 more. So now you have your 6 bobbles. grab this yarn end and pull to tighten your ring. Mine became twisted, so you have to untwist it first. There we go. Now pull to tighten and bring those in as close together as you can. Now slip stitch into the first chain one space to join the round, and that is round one completed. For round two, we will do one beginning bobble and one bobble in the first chain one space, so that's the same space that we just slip stitched into. And then we're going to work 2 bobbles in each chain one space around. So at the end of this round, we will have 12 bobbles. We're increasing this round by 6 extra bobbles to increase for the size of the hat. So for your beginning bobble, chain 2, insert into the chain one space, and we're going to do exactly what we did at the beginning until we have 5 loops on our hook. It's 4 and 5. And remember your chain 1, and next you will work another bobble. So basically it's a double crochet 4 together. Until you have 5 loops, yarn over and pull through all 5. Chain 1. Find your next chain 1 space and repeat 2 bobbles into this chain 1 space. It's 4 loops, 5 loops. Yarn over, pull through, chain 1, put another bobble in the same space. You have 5 loops, chain 1, and repeat that for each chain 1 space around the hat. When you get back to the beginning, we're going to slip stitch into the first chain 1 space here to finish the round. After round 2, you have 12 bobbles, and this is what the top of your hat currently looks like. That was 2 bobbles into each of the chain 1 spaces around, and at the end of the round you slip stitched into this chain 1 space at the beginning. To begin round 3, we're going to do a beginning bobble, so chain 2, and work your beginning bobble into the same chain 1 space as you slip stitch to join. Remember to chain 1 in between each of these bobbles. And we're going to work another bobble into the same chain 1 space. Chain 1. In the next chain 1 space, we will work 1 bobble and in the next chain 1 space we'll work 1 bobble. So we have 2, 1, 1. And we're going to repeat that again. So the next one we will work 2, So 2, and then we do 1 in the next and 1 in the next. Then we repeat with 2, 1, 1 all the way around. After round 3, you will have 16 baubles in the top of the hat. For round 4, you will be working 1 bauble into each chain 1 space around the entire hat. At the end of round 4, you will still have 16 bauble stitches around the hat. After round 4, you'll see how the hat will start to take a shape, and it's going to make itself cup up into itself. Remember to slip stitch into the first chain 1 space, and we'll repeat working 1 bauble into each chain 1 space around the hat for round 5, 6, and 7, so for 3 more rounds. So continue working 1 of your baubles in between each chain 1 space around, and I will meet you back here for round 8. After round 7, this is how the hat will be shaping up. You'll have 16 baubles all the way around the final round of the hat. You're going to slip stitch into the first chain 1 space at the end of round 7, and now we're going to work 2 single crochets into each chain 1 space around. So into that same space, work 2 single crochets, and into each chain 1 space around the hat, work 2 single crochets. At the end of this round, you will have 32 single crochets around the hat. Try to make sure that your single crochets aren't done tightly, because you don't want to change the size of the hat and make it smaller. So if you're having trouble keeping them the same gauge for this round as the other rounds, I recommend that you go up a hook size for the single crochet rounds of the hat. And once you reach the beginning again, you'll see that there are 2 single crochets in that first chain 1 space. You'll see how the hat's really taking shape now. We're going to work for round 9, 1 single crochet in the back loop of each single crochet around. You don't need to slip stitch to join, and make sure you don't work into that first slip stitch that we did when we joined right here. So we're going to work 1 single crochet into the back loop of each stitch around. You may want to mark this first stitch so that you know when you get to it on the way around. When I'm looking, I look to see this extra loop here, and that's how I can mark my place. But if you have if you've never done this before, you may not see that. So you can mark that stitch so you know where to stop at the end of the round. So work 1 single crochet in the back loop, which is the loop furthest away from where you're sitting from you when you're working your project. And make sure again that you do this loosely so that your gauge remains consistent with the rest of the hat. Once you reach the beginning, you'll see here, that's the first one, so I have 1 more to do. If you didn't mark your stitch, that's how you can tell. Those 2 haven't been worked into, so that I worked into them last. These ones have already been worked into. And that's what you'll have at the end of round 9. For round 10, you simply work 1 single crochet in each single crochet around. under both loops, and at the end we're going to finish off with an invisible join and weave in our ends, and we'll be absolutely finished. Once you get back to the beginning, you're going to finish off with an invisible join, so snip your yarn, pull that through, okay. And now we go under not the first stitch, but the second stitch under both loops. We're trying to mimic the top of the stitch, so don't pull too tightly and just hold that in place. Go in between the two loops of your last stitch, like that. Pull a little bit to mimic the top of the stitch, and then we're going to make it stay in place by working under a back loop. Make sure you don't pull too tightly, and then you can weave it in securely on the back of the inside of the hat. Thank you for watching this video tutorial from Oombawka Design for the Sweet Spring hat. Please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and thumbs up the video. Thanks a lot and have a great day.